Hi there and welcome to Soul Journey, and I wanted to just give you a quick peek before we start of the project that we're doing. And I just wanted to welcome you. I'm Roben-Marie Smith, and I am excited to be sharing a project with you. And what great timing in December. Maybe you might have time and you can make some of these for gifts for your friends. This is a little book that opens this direction. I like the way we always typically open this way, so we're going to kind of go in this direction. There's 3 signatures in this book, and here's the inside. And we are going to use metal tape, and that gives it kind of this unusual edging and kind of grungy, but I love it. And then here's the back of it. And of course you could do it this direction as well, but I like to have the just something different. So I wanted to show you the project before we got started, and I look forward to sharing this with you, and please reach out if you have any questions at all. Thanks so much, and let's get started. The first thing you'll want to do is prepare your cardboard, and you want 3 pieces. For my book, I've decided to make mine 4x6. So each of the pieces of cardboard are 4x6, and then I have a small tab piece for the very top, and I'll show you how that's going to attach. And it's 4 inches wide or long by about a 1/2 inch wide. And so I've got these 3 pieces, and then I've got some masking tape. So the first thing we want to do is we want to join the pieces together. And my cardboard happens to be white on one side and brown on the other. It doesn't really matter because we're going to cover them. Now what I'm going to do is place these pieces down. So you can see here what I'm doing. I'm just going to turn it back over. And I'm going to add another piece down here just to give it some extra support. And then a little bit right up here so that we end up with is, I don't have masking tape that's wide enough, so I'm going to have to use pieces of it. And this one I didn't tear quite long enough. And don't worry about the edges, we'll trim those. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to place the little tab piece into the top. And I thought I had a little extra piece. What I would do is save a little extra piece of the cardboard, basically to gauge the thickness. All right, and what I mean by that is we want to place this piece right up here at the top with a little bit of a gap. And the gap should be about the width of a piece of the cardboard. And so mine's not quite, it's a little bit off. Just take your time with this so that you have it lined up accurately. Sometimes I can eyeball this. And then the other test is just to fold it, and if it moves, then you're good. I still think I need a little bit more space, but yeah, let me give it a little bit more of a gap, because we're going to actually sew the signatures. There's going to be inside that little gap there. So not only is it our bend in our little book, but it's also the gap for where we're going to sew. And I need to make that a little bit tighter. Okay, I think that's better. Yeah, now it closes better. Okay, so we got the first one in there. And then we want to add in the second one, the second part of our book cover. So I'm just going to add a little bit more tape on the back. And flip it over. And now I can add this piece in. And again, same thing, you want to make sure you leave that gap there. And make sure they're lined up here. And if they're a little bit off, we can trim it. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to go back to this side. And I'm just going to quickly tape this up. And all you're going to do is tape more on this side, and we're going to tape this as well. Next, we're going to cover the inside of the cardboard. I'm going to call this our little book now. And I just grabbed from my stash, I have these papers that I did some handwriting on, and I think this one is my friend Susan's paper. And then I just made copies of it. And I love it because it has this nice contrast, because we're going to do some color on the front of it. So I am going to glue this to the inside, and I think I probably, yeah, I think I'm going to pre-cut it. I'm just going to use my glue stick. You can use a wet adhesive if you prefer, and whichever you want. And then go ahead and adhere papers to the inside, what will be the inside of your little book. Well, that was easy. Just a couple papers. I really kind of just like it is. And there's a little, on the scrap that I was working with, there's a little bit of some pencil marks on it. And I like that, so I think I'm just gonna kind of carry that on a little bit and maybe add some more. But for the most part, I can come back and add later. Okay, so cover your cover for your little book here. And don't worry about this buckling a little bit, because don't worry about that. All right, and then we will do the next step. The next step is to use this, it's a metal tape. You can get it at Home Depot, Office Supply, and this is a pretty cool art supply. What we're going to do is we're going to start with this part of the book right here. We're going to put some of this metal tape on it. And I'm not going to be super duper neat with this. I don't want my book to be perfect, obviously. So I'm just going to cut 2 pieces here. I'm not worrying about the length at this point, because I can trim it later. Now I am going to hold it. I'm going to put something here to kind of hold it a little bit so that I can work on it. And I'm going to peel off the backing. Now I'm going to estimate, and it is crinkly. I mean, it's like metal. And I'm just going to put that piece right there. Again, I'm not doing like perfect measurement, and that's not even straight, but that's okay. And I'm going to smooth it out. Be careful, because it can be a little bit sharp. And then I'm going to take this piece, I'm going to cut it in half. Now I want to fold the edge over, and I'm going to estimate, I don't want it to be as wide. I'm going to trim just a little bit off. I'm not sure what my measurement's going to be, but I'm just going to trim a little bit of this off here. And then fold it over. And again, I'm not going for super neat here. I want this to kind of be a fun, messy little book. And this is kind of hard to work with anyway when it's sticky. All right, and so now we've got that edge over. All right, and so now we have the outside. Smooth that out. It's a little awkward working with cardboard. You could use mat board, I suppose. I don't know, I just felt like recycling today using cardboard. All right. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we want to put the tape around the edges. All right, so what I want to do is first I'm going to start with the ends. And I want it to be kind of halfway. So let's fold these in half. And basically what we're doing is we're attaching it like that. Actually, I think that's too much. So let's cut the tape in half. I don't want it to be quite that wide. So let's cut it in half, and then let's do half. Yeah, that's better. And I'll put the nice, neat, straight edge on the outside. So we'll do this. Yeah, that's better. That's not so thick. All right, so now we're going to peel it off. And we already know where our line is, so that makes it a little easy. Again, it's a little weird to work with because it's so sticky. It's like foil, thick foil, like a little like the heavy duty aluminum foil, only it's got a sticky back. Just like we did with the ends, we're going to do the exact same thing with the sides. So you want to fold your pieces over. And then we'll adhere them onto the sides. Now, one thing I'm doing is after I trim these, I'm just tapping the corner so that the metal is not pointy anymore, because that will definitely be sharp. And this is so sparkly. All right. Don't worry, we're going to tone it down. Okay, go ahead and add your tape, your metal tape, and then we'll go to the next step. Once you have your tape added, you're going to need, really, this is probably one of the better tools to use. I'm not even really sure what this is called, but it's used in sewing. It creates these little dots. I don't know what this is called, but anyway. And then I have this, it's Tim Holtz. It's the Tonic, it's by Tonic Studio. It's the retractable craft scratcher. And so I've got that as well. So there's really no rhyme or reason to this. I'm just going to add distressing to it. And I'm going to start with the scratch blade. I just want to go in here and scratch up. Now, I'm going to take this rolly wheel and I'm going to try to do it in a straight line, but probably won't be able to. And this is going to give it some random dots. I'm just going to wheel. I like the way it just kind of makes it look more like metal, more distressed. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to do it on the sides as well. Yeah, good luck with that, right? Keeping it on. So just go around. Now we're going to take black paint, and you can also use like a dark brown, but I'm going to use black, and I'm going to use my finger. And basically what we're going to do now is just add in the black paint, and then that will help to distress it as well. And I'm just going to gently wipe it until I'm happy with the consistency and the way it looks, and then work your way all the way around. Be really careful though, because you know you've got your edges here now, and unless you want to get a whole bunch of that on your messy paper, which you could. I'm kind of wanting to tone down the fact that it's so sparkly, so silver, and now it's starting to look a little bit more appealing to me because it's not so bright. Oops, and I got it on my paper. I have an idea for that I think will help.